Hello everyone, welcome back. JavaMentor.net here. In today's video, let's learn about joining multiple tables and foreign keys. So I will just use select script to fetch the data from the person table. I added few more persons just for the purpose of this video. So I'll just create a new table that will be called book, and that table will have ESBN, which is a varchar, which is basically a primary key. So two different books cannot have the same ESBN. Okay. Then we can have title, which is also string. And the last thing is author ID. So who wrote this book? And we will put the ID of the author in this field. Okay, save. Okay, and now let's try to add a new book. Script, insert script. And I will try to add this book. This is a book by Anish Giri, one of the world leading chess players currently. So title is this. ESBN is, can we find ESBN here? I'm sure it's somewhere there. Okay, never mind, we will put some ESBN, let's say this way. This is the ESBN, and then we need to pass author ID of Anish Giri. Now I'm not sure what is the ID of Anish Giri in our database, we will check later, but let's put some number here. And we click execute. So as you can see, if we check book table and we say play, we have our book in the database and author ID is 9845. Let's check our person table to see what is the ID, what's author under that ID. And the problem is Anish ID is not the same as the ID in the book. And not only that, but we cannot find that author ID among those IDs in the person table, which is an error, right? So those 5 IDs are only 5 possibilities here in the book author ID. And we have something which is not inside SSNs in the person table. So to ensure that we cannot add invalid author IDs here, I will do something. Let's just first delete this book. Scripts, delete. Okay, so I will just go to book properties and I will go to the constraints foreign keys, and then I will add new foreign key with the name author ID foreign key, and then I need to go to columns here just to select author ID. That will be a foreign key, and that author ID will be connected to the person.ssn, if you remember correctly. So it's connected to person and it's referencing SSN. So just to make sure, what is a foreign key? So you want to mark one of the columns which is inside the book table, in our case, to mark that column, that column is somehow connected to the primary key of another table. In our case, primary key of the person table. So we said this column, author ID in the book, is connected to person SSN. Okay, we can say add. Awesome, save. Let's try now again to add a new book. I need insert script. Author ID, let's put something which is not correct, obviously. If we try play, it will tell you author ID, this author ID is not present in the table person, and you're violating constraint author ID foreign key. So you must put proper ID here, and this is the SSN of Anish Giri, so we will put that as an author ID. If we try play, now everything is fine. Let me show you one query and I will explain you what's going on. So as you can see here in the data, we have both data about our author, but also we have a data from the book. So those two columns are from the book table and those first 5 are from the person table. So we created one query where we selected data from 2 tables. So those 5 columns are from the person table, those are from the book table. So we said we want from the person and from the book, and we joined those 2 tables. So how our SQL knows which record in the book table is appropriate for which record in the person table? Well, we said person SSN needs to be equal to author ID. So, what happens if we add another book that is written by the same author? Let's give it a try. Giri SSN is 199. So, if we take a look here, all rows, we'll see that there are 2 books with the same author ID. But if we can go to our old query that is joining 2 tables, and if we hit play, well, we will receive 2 records. For every book, 1 record. But you will also notice that person data will be repeated twice. And that's it about joins, how to join multiple tables. It's usually done using foreign key. Also, the last thing that I want to show you is this V3 Schools website, and if you go to V3 Schools/SQL, there are plenty of very short tutorials and you can learn more about SQL here. For example, this order by is very interesting. You can see select from table named products and order records by price descending. You can try ascending here. You can experiment with try it yourself. Take a note that, okay, you can run SQL and you can get some results. This is online. And you can only put get commands here. So if you try delete, insert or something, that won't work. Other than order by, there is and, or, I showed you those 2, there is not. So give me something where customer name is not like this, so it doesn't start with capital A. This operator, you can find it here, like operator. So something starts with A, it can ends with A. There are plenty of things there. Wildcards in, for example, where country is either Germany, France or UK. So country is in one of those 3 values. And you can learn plenty of things. There are different type of joins, for example. You can find here what are the differences between those joins, inner join, left join, right join. If you want, feel free to explore more. Now, as you can see, this is one part, this, until here. Now here, there are some commands that are creating database. So this is command for creating database. You remember in our case we did that through the UI. We clicked here, right click, create database, but you can also do that with some SQL scripts. How to delete database, how to create a table. So for example, this way, how to drop a table, how to add a constraint. We also added a constraint. We added our foreign key using UI, but you can do that also with SQL scripts, and so on and so on. And I think that this is enough for you for regarding SQL. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to connect your Java program with this SQL database. So you can get the data from the Java, you can fire SQL statements like select star from person, and you can fetch the data from the database and use that data in your application. See you in the next video.